Welcome to my channel, Cargo Jamrock, where we discuss God, family, friends, diabetes, homeless people, relationship struggles, rise and falls.
Hi, Steph. How are you this morning?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Great. Great. So, guys, this morning I'm here with Steph. Gonna share a story with us, some of her story, what she's been through as a person in her life, her adult life, her childhood life, and hopefully someone can learn from it. And there's anyone out there that wants to help Steph, you can reach out to me and definitely do a video hearing. Steph, how are you?
I'm okay.
Okay, first step I want to start. Where you're from normally?
I'm from, well, I was growing up right between Loris and Conway. They call that area Osbrooks. And I stayed there most of my life until I was about 18.
Okay, so how was growing up?
I was great, you know. Like I said, we didn't have everything we wanted, but we had everything we needed to get by. It got a little harder when my dad died. I was about 14 when that happened. Drunk driver.
So you was like the backbone of the family, right?
You
was like the main provider in the family.
Yes, sir.
So after your dad, what happened?
Well, my mom, she went through really bad depression. She almost killed herself. And me and my sister had to pull her back out of that. So, hey, we need you. You all I got now. She steadily got better. She comes and stays with me sometime. I wish she was here today.
Okay. So what kind of changes you guys had to make?
I started working as soon as I could. There was a plant right down the road from us that would let young people work. We just worked like under the table. And I worked there about 7 days a week. Earned some cash to help mom out. I'd get home before her and cook dinner for my sister.
You were the oldest?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how was school?
School? I hated school. I'm not gonna lie. I went through a lot of bullying and stuff.
What was they bullying for?
Just because I didn't have the fancy clothes and shoes and stuff like that. You know how kids are. And I started doing something I shouldn't have. And I mean, this was back in the 80s. People didn't really hear much about it, but I would hurt myself. I didn't even tell my mom that. If she saw anything, I'd tell her the cat scratched me or something. She didn't know the truth behind that until about a few years ago. I told her about it.
Was that bad?
It was pretty bad. I mean, I still wear bracelets on this hand because they're all scarred up.
So after leaving school, what did you venture in?
I got married to a guy that I thought was good, and he turned out to be a drug addict, and he beat me.
Tell me about that. Gradually.
Well, he would go out.
How you guys meet?
How we met in school. We met in school.
You went to school together?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't see any of these signs?
Sure didn't.
That type of person.
I sure didn't. He smoked weed, but that's about the only thing he did during that time. I had heard people tell me that he was bad on it and he'd quit. So in my head, I guess he didn't do it anymore. But once we got married, he would take his whole paycheck and blow it. And one night, come home and get angry because he couldn't get any more. And he would take it out on me.
That's like one time?
No, it went on for years. I didn't have enough sense to get out of it at the time because I didn't think I could. He ended up leaving him, and I stayed in my car for 6 months running from him. I lived in my car. And I finally got tired of that, so I joined the Navy.
So you guys are divorced, or you guys still married?
Divorced, definitely. I finally got enough sense to get out of it and get all the legal stuff taken care of. And I still have a restraining order on him because he pops up every now and then. It hasn't been too bad. He just like stops out here and yells or something, which he don't know where I'm at now. So hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah. So how was the army?
It was interesting. It was in a lot of places. Ended up in Iraq and Afghanistan around 2001.
So did you think the army made you or break you?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have PTSD because I went out in the field a few times when we were short on corpsmen.
I'm glad you said that because what's going on with that? Like everybody that served has that sickness, or I don't even know if it's a sickness or what it is.
Just seeing stuff like your friends, getting seriously hurt or killed. It wears on you really bad. Like sometimes, like New Year's Eve, I'll say whenever I hear fireworks, at first it scares me. I mean, my son's had to talk me out of it before because it sounded just like war breaking out. Goodness.
So you still got flashbacks from that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, on medication for that?
They put me on medication, but they never take it. I'm trying to work through it myself because I don't want to be a zombie. They the VA hands that stuff out like candy.
But I want to ask you, like, I've seen that most of our homeless people are veterans. What do you think that is?
I don't know if they don't have family to help them. And I know a lot of them, they have PTSD and they'll, substance abuse. They're trying to get it out of their head, and then they just end up losing everything. That's what's happened with a lot of my friends. They just quit trying. I got one guy, I go and visit him a lot. He was actually in Vietnam. And I've helped him get his life straight. He's in the house now. His daughter wouldn't have anything to do with him, and I got them back together, and now she's letting him stay in the house that she owns. And he seems to be doing pretty good. He slips every now and then, but he's still paying his bills like he should now. And he's doing a lot better. I saw him break down here one time, and my brother actually calls it. He started talking about war and stuff like that, and it made him go back, He started having flashbacks. And he actually jumped on my brother, and had to talk him off of him. He was about to choke him. That was scary. I've never done anything like that.
So, in your opinion, do you think the government can do more for these veterans?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
What do you think they can do?
I think they need to help them get in houses, help them with this substance abuse or whatever. Instead of helping all these other countries as much as they do, they need to focus on this country. Still help them some, but we need more help here. This country's falling apart.
So what's your biggest regret?
Biggest regret? I kind of went down a bad path when I first got out of the Navy. I was a serious alcoholic. I could put a half gallon down in a few days. So I was going down that road myself, and I should have never done that, because I hurt family and friends, and I regret that every day.
I want to talk about that, like what led down to that.
I'm sorry?
What led to that?
Flashbacks. I just, like I said about other veterans, I was trying to get rid of those flashbacks in my head. I would get so drunk I wouldn't even know what I was doing at times. And I know that didn't fix the problem, but it sure got rid of it for a little while.
How long did it? Like a few hours?
Yeah, until I started sobering up, and I started drinking again.
So that's one of the reasons why that veterans are tied up in a whole lot of stuff.
I think so. I really do. A lot of it is substance abuse, because most of them that are homeless, they own something. Just trying to get that mess out of their heads.
So that's your biggest regret, going down that road?
Yes, sir. Because I hurt a lot of my family and friends during that time.
How long that took to recover?
About 2 years. And I quit myself. I didn't go anywhere.
Did you try going anywhere?
No. Like I said, I'm stubborn about it. I want to try to fix myself. Sometimes that's really hard. Because I wouldn't even go see my psychiatrist or anything. I just wanted to do it myself. But I got in the house and started working. I was working 2 jobs. I guess that was to keep me busy so I wouldn't think about stuff. But it helped out a lot. I was able to get closer to my mom again and my sister.
When you leave, when you come home, when you came home, did you have support from the family?
A little bit. I didn't even tell my mom I was joining the Navy. I just kind of left. Because I was sick of my life here. I was sick of living in my car and stuff like that.
Don't say it was like a way out for you.
Oh, yeah.
Joining the army was like no choice. Just gotta.
That was the only thing I could think of to get me out of this country at the time. I just wanted to get out of this country. I didn't want to be anywhere near the people that were bothering me. Because it wasn't just my ex-husband, it was his friends too. They would show up shooting guns outside my house, stuff like that. Or if I was staying with a friend, they'd do the same thing. That's why I started staying in my car, because he would show up wherever I went. He knew the same people I did. He slashed my tires on my car. All kind of stuff.
Did that abuse change you in any form of way?
A little bit. I know it made me stronger.
Did you get kids with him?
No. Thank God, no. My son's with my second husband. He mentally abused us both.
You had a rough choice when it comes to.
Yeah, I kept getting the worst ones, it seemed like. But Talon, that's my son. His dad was good to us. I went up till Talon got about 11, 12 years old. Then he started not having anything to do with his son. And he would just come home raising hell at me every day. Especially when I started working again. He wanted me to stay home. And I had to start working because I was going crazy at home. And when I did start working, he was telling me I was going off cheating on him and stuff. Hello, babies.
Do you have any sickness right now?
Any sickness?
Yeah.
Just, like PTSD and stuff like that? Yeah, just PTSD. I've got a little bit of that from my first husband, too. If somebody starts yelling, it does something to me. I just want to run. And I don't like hearing people angry.
So your cancer is over now, right?
Well, I've got another tumor on my other adrenal gland. But they're not sure if it's cancer yet. Because they just found it the other day. I only have one kidney because the first time I had it, they had to remove my kidney and my adrenal gland.
That's when you had first stage of cancer, right?
Yes, sir. That actually, I started having problems in the Navy, and that's why I got retired medically, because my blood pressure would stay sky high. I mean, like 200 over 160. So.
That time until now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did anyone explain why? Can the doctor explain why they think that it stay like that all these years?
It's just they try to get my blood pressure under control so they can get the tumor out, because they said it was too dangerous to do surgery otherwise. So, I mean, it took me about 4 years to wait on the surgery to have that one removed, and now I've got it on the other side. Lucky me.
Wow. Hopefully they don't have to take another medication.
I hope not.
There are side effects?
Yeah, it messes with your mood sometimes. Because it's on the adrenal gland. Cause you to be angry one minute and not the next. It doesn't help with the PTSD either.
So are you married now?
Yes, sir.
How's this husband?
He's great. I finally found me a good one. He's not feeling too good today, so I don't know if he'll come out and talk, but yeah, I finally found me a good one.
Good. How does it feel to know that you have a husband that supports you, don't lose you, or
Honestly, I still don't believe it at times. Because it was so many years that I was with the other kind. It's taken me a while to get used to it. He's the type who likes opening doors, and I'm like, what are you doing? I always grew up as a tomboy, so I'm not used to stuff like that.
If you were to go back,
Hmm?
if you were to go back and change anything, what would it be?
I don't think I would have got married the first time. Second time I got my son out the deal, so that was good. But it seems like that first marriage it helped send me down the wrong road because I was drinking then. And then when I got out of the Navy, I just really jumped in it.
So you getting help from your? Is there no way you're getting help right now for your sickness right now, PTSD or your cancer treatment?
I am trying my best to get on disability. I'm having a time with it, but I've got a lawyer helping me right now, so hopefully.
Yeah, I heard it can take a time.
Yeah, it takes a while. Because I've applied 3 times now and I finally got a lawyer on it. So hopefully he'll help me. Until then.
So I wanna ask your opinion because I see there's a high. The homelessness have become
Sorry.
so great right now. What do you think going on? Because I know you've seen it like probably like daily. There's someone moving homeless from another state. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like it's getting so out of hand. Do you think participate in that?
I think a lot of times they either don't know how to ask for help or they just don't want to. And they stubborn like I am, they try to do stuff on their own. Sometimes you can't.
Choice, most of it.
Some of it, yeah, I think so. I mean, I have actually seen people go out and ask for money on the side of the road and stuff, and then they go back to this nice car. And, they feed off of people, that want to help. So when I'd see people like that, when I was able to help, I'd take them and go buy them a meal or something, But yeah, I think a lot of people just don't know how to ask for the help. I know how I was like that too. I just didn't want to.
But I've seen, especially in Murder Beach, I see a lot. Most of them, I see them walking with suitcases up and down. So definitely,
Yeah, especially on 17, you'll see a lot of them, and a lot of times it's the same people. I met a guy. He was walking back and forth with one of those little pool cart things, and I mean, you could tell he had everything I owned in it. And I stopped and talked to him. He was completely out of his head. I tried to talk to him, asked him if there was any way I could take him, and he would just start talking about another subject. He was just completely out of it. So I don't know if he was on something or if he might have had mental problems, But when I worked down there at the beach, I'd see him every day in the same spot, walking back and forth. Sometimes he'd be yelling. He'd sound pretty angry. So a lot of people won't stop for that.
so these days, what gets you up out of bed in the morning?
My son, mostly. Yeah, mostly my son. And my mom, I try to help her all I can. No.
What excites you?
I love getting outside and working with plants and stuff. I've always loved, like all these plants, I can make cuttings off of them, start new plants. It's amazing to me that you can do that. A lot of my plants I get in this yard, I walked down the road and dug them up from somewhere. I didn't buy them.
That's very easy way of doing it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's fun too. That's why my shovel's right there. Went and dug up some stuff a couple days ago.
Well, glad we have this conversation.
Me too. Glad you came by.
We'll check on you, definitely follow up to see how you guys doing.
All right.
For the next time, husband feel better weekend.
I hope so. Yeah, he's just not feeling too good because he got COPD and also dealing with what happened to his brother. You know, it's been kind of hard on him. I think it just happened like a week ago, maybe a week and a half.
What happened again?
They when they first called Freddie, that's my husband, they told him that they had burned up in their home. At first they thought maybe the house caught on fire and his sister-in-law had just got out of the house, but she had smoke inhalation. They didn't know if that's what caused it. But when they did the autopsy on her, they found that she had been shot.
Been shot.
Yeah, and they're pretty sure he did too, because there wasn't nothing but bones left to him because he was inside. But they found one of the rounds on his backbone, I think. It's stuck in his backbone. They're investigating that now to see maybe who. You know, she was shot 4 times. He was only shot once, from what I heard. Said they don't know if it was somebody they knew. They were good Christian people. Real good Christian people.
Here's the times we're living
Yes, sir, it is. I was glad my son got out of school because all the school shooting stuff, I couldn't imagine what some of these people went through. You know, the kids in school when that happens.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, too. It was nice talking to you. It's good talking about that stuff sometimes. You get it out and you feel better.